the lamp god suddenly heard the wish of his master actually made him an ordinary person. The next second, the god of lights has really lost his omnipotent divine power. On the spot, he took on a normal human form, but the lamp god was actually very grateful to him because he has been trapped in the magic lamp for 10,000 years. I've wanted to get out of the shackles for a long time. Freedom again. But it takes the owner of the magic lamp. Consume a wish. But each master only has 3 plans to make a wish. No one wants to waste a precious wish for him. So the god of lights is very strange. He remembered that this master was not only poor, and he's a thief. How can you not desire wealth? But the god of lights didn't know anything. Aladdin. In fact, he is a very kind-hearted thief. He only targets his peers with bad intentions. And those stolen goods taken from them. He didn't take it for himself. Instead, it was all replaced with food. Selflessly shared it with those street children who cannot afford to work, so he never saved any savings. Although life is poor, but there was a little monkey who depended on him. Aladdin's life is not lonely. I thought he would spend an ordinary life like this. But this day, he suddenly infiltrated the palace. I want to see what the princess looks like. It would have been all right. Not only did he succeed in meeting the princess, he also took the princess's hairpin and agreed with him to meet in the back garden tomorrow night. But Aladdin had just left the princess's bedchamber. Was caught by the guards. This sucks. Trespassing on the palace is a felony to lose your head. But the guards didn't kill him. Instead, they escorted him to the desert. Immediately afterwards, the prime minister of the dynasty also appeared there. He told Aladdin, "It's good for men to be ambitious, but not everyone is worthy of him. According to the laws of the empire, a princess can only marry a prince, and now there's an opportunity. Go to a mysterious cave and find the magic lamp in it. Leave it to me and I'll make it happen. If you don't help me, it's fine, but you will be guillotined." Aladdin didn't have a choice. I had no choice but to agree. He led the little monkey into the mysterious cave. When he entered, he found that it was full of jewels. Whatever you want, it's all his life. Huge wealth that can't be earned. But Aladdin actually forcibly held back the greed in his heart. I didn't take a single treasure. Instead, he concentrated on helping the prime minister find the magic lamp. Finally, the goal of the trip was found on a stone pillar, a magic lamp in the shape of a ceramic teapot. However, he had just picked up the magic lamp. The little monkey next to him was broken. The little monkey was attracted by a ruby. I couldn't help but hold him in my arms. Unexpectedly, some kind of ancient curse was triggered. Suddenly, the earth cracked. Blazing magma erupted. Incinerate and destroy all life in the cave. It so happened that a magic carpet flew to save Aladdin. But when fleeing to the mouth of the cave, the magic carpet is smashed by a boulder. Aladdin was also thrown on a platform in front of the hole. But the platform is also collapsing rapidly. Aladdin begged the prime minister to give him a hand, but the prime minister said indifferently, "You have to get the magic lamp before you can save him." Aladdin had no choice but to do as he was told. But after the prime minister got the magic lamp, he actually stomped on Aladdin's hand with his foot. This made Aladdin fall straight down. The little monkey wants to avenge his master, was pulled off the cliff by the prime minister. The prime minister then escaped from the cave. It was also this moment. The entrance to the cave collapsed with a bang. It completely cut off the hope of anyone coming in and out. Inside the cave at this time, thankfully the magic carpet broke free from the boulder. He caught Aladdin and the little monkey. Delivered to a safe place. Aladdin had just calmed down. I found that the little monkey gave him a surprise. It turned out that he took advantage of the prime minister's inattention and put the magic lamp, steal it back. Although the prime minister, the big villain, didn't make much money, but they were trapped in the cave. How do you get out? At this time, the magic carpet pointed to the magic lamp and gestured wildly. This made Aladdin a little confused. He decided to try out what magic this magic lamp was. He just casually touched the teapot. Unexpectedly, a cloud of red smoke flew out of it. Soon the smoke turned into a giant again. He is the spirit of the magic lamp, can help the owner fulfill 3 wishes. But Aladdin made the first request. It's to get out of this cave. The magic lamp looked around at the terrain. It's really not inhabitable for humans. Use a precious wish to get out of here. Also completely reasonable. So the next second, the magic lamp took Aladdin and they left the cave. To the desert outside. Then, Aladdin began to make his first wish again. I want to marry a princess. Wait, didn't you just use one up? How the first one again? But Aladdin explained. He wasn't stroking the magic lamp just now. Make a wish, so according to the rules of the magic lamp, that doesn't count as a formal wish. But Aladdin isn't insatiable either. When he learned, after the lamp god had a desire to regain his freedom, he immediately made a promise. Or did you? However, the god of lights has experienced too many masters. He knew that no one could resist the greed in his heart. Because the more you get, man's desires will become greater. 3 wishes are not enough. How can it be given to others? It can be seen that Aladdin swears by it. God wasn't arguing with him. This kind of thing is too self-righteous. I always think that I have a sense of steel. Then the lamp god began to move. Help Aladdin fulfill his first wish. The god of lights first turned him into a prince. In this way, it is in accordance with the laws of the empire. He will be able to marry a father. The lord is his wife. Then turn the baby monkey into an elephant. Then the lamp god conjured 75 meridians as a mount for the prince to travel. 53 purple peacocks and 14 alpacas. 95 white waves roared and a large crowd of servants. Mighty came to the imperial city of the empire. Get ready to propose to the princess. Aladdin also had enough manpower for the first time. He turned on the sweeping mode for the crowd of onlookers. Grab the inexhaustible gold. Madness is like a crowd. However, when Aladdin assumes the identity of Prince Ali, summoned by the king, as you enter the resplendent imperial palace. It was the first time I had seen such a big scene, but he was so nervous that he couldn't even speak. I accidentally offended the princess. Add spices, golden camels, and spoons. Time is. Hearing such unorthodox words, the princess couldn't help but question him. If you suggesting
I'm for sale?
Of course. Not! No, of course not! No!
This is a performance of helplessness. The lamp god was embarrassed to get back into the lamp, and the princess was annoyed by him on the spot. Angry, he turned around and went back to the dormitory. Fortunately, the king could see that he was just too nervous. It's still very sincere to bring so much text to a blind date, so the king did not care. Instead, he was invited to an evening ball. Aladdin hastened to agree. The inferior people are gone. The lamp god finally found an opportunity to complain about him, but at night, when Aladdin came to the ball, but was blocked at the door by the prime minister. The prime minister actually guessed his true identity. I know who you are. It turned out that the prime minister had just escaped from the cave that day. I found that the magic lamp was stolen by the little monkey. He knew Aladdin, who had the magic lamp. You can definitely escape, and now this Ali came out of nowhere. I don't know anything about royal etiquette. It seems that he is the poor boy Aladdin, but the Prime Minister doesn't. I was going to tell the king, but only if he hands over the magic lamp. But Aladdin said nothing. Just as the Prime Minister cast his magic to bewitch him, the God of Light suddenly appeared, help Aladdin out of the siege. But look at the Prime Minister's unwilling look. It's certainly not over yet. But there is a lamp god by his side. Aladdin put the Prime Minister's threat behind him for the time being. He plucked up his courage and sent an invitation to the princess to dance. The moment you step onto the dance floor, Aladdin remembered that he couldn't jump anything. Fortunately, the God of Light struck again. Unleash your powers on the edge of the dance floor, leading Aladdin's every move. Aladdin's actions were very blunt at first. But slowly, with the flow of music, Aladdin gradually adapted to the rhythm of the dance. Dance slowly with the princess. Their dance moves are harmonious and wonderful. It's like a pair made of two. Every turn of Aladdin in the dance, every gaze, they are full of affection and confidence. Let the princess involuntarily indulge in it. Subsequently, with the help of the God of Lights, Aladdin completed again with a breathtaking individual. Her dancing is both powerful and feminine. Every jump, every rotation is in place. It's like being given a magical charm. This is a perfect dance performance, not only won the audience. Thunderous applause and cheers. It touched the princess's heartstrings even more. After the end, the princess was very curious about one thing. This martial artist is superb, but the unheard of Prince Ali. Where is his country? Any of my maps? Aladdin took the map calmly. Then he anxiously called for the God of Lights, asked him what to do, but before they could discuss a countermeasure. The princess just can't wait. Have you lost your country? Aladdin had no choice but to bite the bullet and point at it. It is, I don't think. So I've been. I saw a blank space on the map. I don't know when there was a country. The princess was stunned. Why didn't she find out before? Seeing the princess, I want to ask something else. Aladdin is afraid of revealing his stuffing, hurriedly changed the subject, said to take her around the world. Then he went to the balcony and jumped off. Just when the princess was worried about her, Aladdin flew up out of thin air again. It turned out that there was a flying magic carpet under his feet. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Aladdin invites the princess to ride the magic carpet, take a walk and go trip. The princess readily agreed. They flew away from the castle on a magic carpet. The moon hangs high in the night sky, lead them through the endless desert. It seems to be going straight to the moon palace. All this for the princess. It's a magnificent sight that has never been seen before. He snuggled up to Aladdin's side excitedly. Enjoy this freedom and romance that you have never had before. With the trail of the magic carpet, they swoop sharply along the spectacular waterfall. Feel the thrill of the wind. And soar leisurely above the blue sea. Frolic and chase with dolphins. Enjoy the tranquility and vibrancy of the ocean. Eventually, the magic carpet slowly landed over the castle. Return safely with them. It's as if a fantastic cycle has been completed. After the night, Aladdin has managed to capture the princess's heart. But he seemed to have forgotten. A man was still secretly peeking at the magic lamp in his hand. The next day, he just went out, was captured by the Prime Minister's men, take to a palace on a cliff. Ask about the whereabouts of the magic lamp. Where is the lamb? Aladdin refused to answer. I wanted to delay for a while. How do you know that the Prime Minister's sofa rolls actually pushed him down? Aladdin soon sank to the bottom of the sea. Thankfully, when he was captured, the little monkey hid in the corner. It is dangerous to see the owner. The little monkey hurriedly pulled out the hidden magic lamp. Drive the enchantment. Blanket came to the rescue. He threw the lamp into the sea. Aladdin struggled desperately to get past alone. I want to call out the God of Lights, but he had just touched the magic lamp. He fainted. Fortunately, the God of Lights sensed it. Got out on their own. When he saw that they were at the bottom of the sea, immediately realized Aladdin's danger. But the other party must make a wish. The God of the lamp can take him out. Aladdin has fallen into a coma. There's no way to make a wish. Fortunately, he is a flexible lamp god. He pulled out a wishing agreement. Sign Aladdin in a comatose situation, so that they don't break the rules of the magic lamp. Then the God of Lights began to use his divine powers, with Aladdin rush out of the sea at great speed. Back in the palace, the strong pushback sensation stunned Aladdin. He spit out the water in his body directly, but he was successfully rescued. But the crisis has not been resolved. The Prime Minister thought that Aladdin would die at the bottom of the sea. So he ran to bewitch the king, saying that Aladdin is a spy for an enemy country. They want to start a war on their own initiative, so as not to fall into passivity. The king did not agree, but the Prime Minister quietly cast his magic, manipulated the king's will. The king immediately prepared to pass the throne to the Prime Minister, let him lead the country into a state of war. Moment of truth. Aladdin arrived just in time, snatched the wand from the Prime Minister's hand, hit hard. The king then came to his senses. His most trusted auxiliary general actually wanted to seek power and usurp the throne. He immediately ordered Zai to be sent to prison, but the Prime Minister also has a pet. It was a red-haired parrot. He didn't just steal the keys to the prison for the Prime Minister, and also found out the current location of the magic lamp. It's on Aladdin, and the Prime Minister is hidden in Aladdin's path. While he passed through that narrow, dirty street, quietly steal the magic lamp. The Prime Minister then returned to the palace, summons the God of Lights. Start making a wish. For my first wish, I wish to be Sultan of Akaraba. As you wish, master. The lamp god must not disobey the orders of his master. I had to do as I was told. In the blink of an eye, the crown, which symbolizes the king, is placed on the head of the Prime Minister. The protector general and the guards also turned to the order. Prepare to put the king and princess in prison. But the princess suddenly had tears in her eyes, angrily denounced the general for being ungrateful. He was handpicked by the old king. Now he is fighting for the tiger. It was not the work of a loyal servant. The general was ashamed of these words. Immediately decided to listen to the princess. Arrest the traitorous Prime Minister. The Prime Minister saw this. Make a second wish right away. Ginny, I wish to become the most powerful closer. There is as you wish. Master. Soon the Prime Minister became a powerful wizard again. Swing your staff at will, and they will turn the general and the guards into dust. Disappear into the world, even quietly hiding behind the pillar. Aladdin, who wanted to retrieve the magic lamp, was also discovered by him. Then the Prime Minister revealed the truth on the spot. Aladdin is not a prince. It was the one he was entrusted with finding the magic lamp. But he left the despicable poor boy to use. Not to mention at all how he kicked Aladdin into the lava in the first place. The Prime Minister, in order to take revenge on Aladdin, prepared to banish him to the ends of the earth. In the blink of an eye, Aladdin is teleported to the ice-covered North Pole. If nothing else, he will freeze to death. Critical moments. Morton arrived in time again. Saved the dying Aladdin. Over there at the palace, the king also had to submit to his obscenity. Passed the throne to him. So far, the careerist finally got what he wanted. But he wasn't satisfied, even with the old king's persecution princess to marry him. I will do as you wish, make it stop. The prime minister was afraid that the night would be long and the dreams would be fruitful. He fell ill and immediately decided to let the old king be a witness. The wedding was held on the spot, but the princess suddenly found out. Aladdin was coming from afar on a magic carpet, and the magic lamp hung on the prime minister's belt. So he pretended to give in after approaching the prime minister, but took the opportunity to steal the magic lamp. Then I ran to the balcony, just jumped off. Meanwhile, the magic carpet also flew over. Hold him firmly, quickly flee out of the city. Unexpectedly, the prime minister roared. He actually sent his pet parrot in pursuit. Can cast spells with the prime minister. The parrot turned into a giant bird in an instant. Opened steel claws as sharp as knives. Towards Aladdin, they were caught. Fortunately, Aladdin grew up here. Incommensurably familiar with the terrain in the castle, he drove a magic carpet through the streets, soon to take advantage of the house, stop the giant parrot's pursuit. But they all forgot. The most dangerous thing is actually the prime minister. He has become the most powerful wizard in the world. I saw the prime minister's room where he showed his whole body, instantly affect the energy between heaven and earth. A whirlwind descended from the sky, then rushed directly at Aladdin them. This irresistible force actually sucked Aladdin and the princess back. Then the prime minister waved his staff. It's about to start torturing Aladdin, but Aladdin was in a hurry. He said, "Don't look at you, you're a king and a wizard now. But these are the lamps for you. He can give you strength. I can take away the power too. You can never be as powerful as the lamp god. Do you really want to be a 10,000-year-old second? Really?" This sentence spoke at the pain point of this careerist. He began to make one last wish. On my final wish, I wish to become the most powerful being in the universe. But the prime minister didn't know. He fell for it when he really turned into an elf. But found that although he had ruined, destroy all the power of the world, but I can't release it. It turns out that the lamp god is the strongest species in the universe. But if there is no desire of the owner, he couldn't unleash his powers, and they will be imprisoned forever in the magic lamp. Followed by, a magic lamp appeared out of thin air at the prime minister's feet. There were also shackles on his wrists. Suck him in.
You're coming with me!
Aladdin is brave with his wit, defeated the prime minister of the Nokiok family, but he didn't have the slightest smugness, because after all this twist and turn, let the princess and everyone know, he wasn't a prince. His real identity is just a poor boy. How can you be worthy of a princess? So he gave up on his unrealistic dreams, prepared to go back to the slums. That's where you call home. But before that, he had one last wish to make. I wish to set you free. In the next second, the shackles on the elf's body automatically fell off. He also lost his powers, became an ordinary person. He thanked Aladdin from the bottom of his heart. Aladdin is a poor boy though, but even if he has the omnipotent magic lamp, I have never had the idea of being insatiable. Perhaps only this precious quality. It's the magic lamp that you can't get if you make a wish. The god of lights became an ordinary person. He proposed to the princess's maid. It turned out that at the first meeting, he fell in love with this beautiful and gentle woman. And the maid also had a good impression of him. At first glance, you know that it is a wife protection maniac. You can't go wrong with him, seeing that the maid had no opinion. The princess graciously agreed to the marriage. Not only did it give the maid freedom, and he gave them a ship and some money as a dowry, let them have ample capital to travel around the world. But the story doesn't end there. The old uncle has just passed the throne to the princess. The princess immediately chased after her. You're something commanding. Maybe that night, Aladdin takes him on a magic carpet. The romance of traveling around the world. It touched his heart. Or maybe it's Aladdin's unyielding will in the face of power. Or maybe Aladdin obviously has a magic lamp. But he never had the heart of harm and boundless greed. In short, the princess fell in love with him. He changed the laws of the empire so that he can marry him.